Good morning, Hoosiers, and welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. I'm Juliana Mary.
And I'm Michael Skiles. Today in the studio joining us, we have Designed at 5 a.m., a clothing brand started by IU students.
I am so excited to see the new designs they brought in with them today. Grab your cup of coffee, Hoosiers. It's going to be a great morning. Now it's time for all your pop culture news with this week's Unnecessary Updates. And of course, we have our correspondent, Asher Michelson, joining us here at the Red Chairs today. Thank you for being here, Asher.
Of course. Thanks for having me. Let's get this started.
So the first story we have today is about theaters that are now offering private screenings for $99. Then this is like their attempt to avoid bankruptcy because obviously theaters with the current times and with all the streaming services, not the best industry right now. So what do you guys think of this? Is it worth it?
Right. Well, I think it'd be kind of an interesting thing, kind of a fun thing to do nowadays if you got some of your friends that maybe you were hanging out with or could social distance or whatever, and you could rent out an entire theater. Like, what a unique kind of opportunity, you know? And I think you can really kind of like play any movie that you want to even on the screen. So you could watch Jaws, Jurassic Park, any of that.
I mean, you already spend $20 when you go to the theater anyways. You might as well rent out the entire theater for like 5 friends for $20. You get the entire place, and normally you pay, you know, for the popcorn and the candy and the ticket, it's already like $20. So you get more bang for your buck, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it to me. Like, I rent out a movie theater all the time. It's called my living room. And then it's just me and my friends and we all watch a movie. Like, how is this like really that worth it? I feel like what they need to start doing is kind of create more of like a movie watching experience with like how some theaters have done like where they serve you like a whole meal at your actual seat. I feel like that is much more worth it as like a fun entertainment piece than just like me watching a movie with my friends.
I agree.
Well, you know, some of these AMC theaters might actually do that because they have some of the AMC dine-in ones and all that. So honestly, I feel like if anything, it's an opportunity to kind of support the theaters and make sure that after COVID's gone, maybe they're still around. I mean, you know, it would be such a shame to see movies go out the window, or movie theaters, I mean.
I know, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening, but I'm very interested to see if anyone actually does this.
So another entertainment venue that's kind of been undergoing some issues lately are arcades, you know. You got the buttons, you got to press them, you know, and that can spread germs naturally. So to solve this problem, an arcade in Seattle unveiled a touchless pinball machine. And it's pretty crazy. You can see people playing pinball with their hands in their sweatshirts, you know, just sitting there. And I'm sure you guys want to know how.
Of course.
And it baffles
I'm on
me.
the edge of my seat.
Do we have any guesses? Any guesses? Anybody
Is it like
think?
with your eyes? Like it tracks your eye movement?
See, that's what I thought for some reason. But it's foot pedals.
Oh,
I know. It's such
that's actually pretty simple.
It's such a more, yeah, exactly. It's such a more basic fix, right? So people will sit there just like this and they'll just tap their feet, you know? And I mean, I guess some people are better, if not even, you know, they're good, they're good, but they're also even better at sometimes.
I mean, you're a pinball
you know?
expert, so you know the most, Michael.
I do enjoy pinball, I do. And I would be interested to give this machine an attempt, so.
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I'm all for, you know, trying out new things to make it work with these very weird times, but I don't know. I'm also not like a huge pinball player. I feel like this isn't like a huge part of my life.
I also feel like if you just like sanitize your hands before and after, you should probably be fine.
Yeah, just sanitizing the machines could help too, but there's the Cade in Bloomington, and they've been open, but I think they're just sanitizing the machines.
As they go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's just interesting to see some of these like adaptations that COVID's brought about. You know, I doubt we'd ever have pinball machines with foot pedals if we didn't have this whole pandemic going on.
Crazy.
Yes.
What's next, you know?
So also in the tech world, the new app Quibi has been shut down after its April launch. The short video platform offered a new streaming service that was catered to people who were kind of on the go. It was just short little like 10-minute videos, and you could watch them in either a horizontal or vertical platform. So it was more for like people commuting and all of that. But the app showed a lot of promise. It was backed by Disney, NBC, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and former HP CEO Meg Whitman. And they just said that they are going to return their money to their shareholders and that the idea will not be continued on.
I remember, like, especially during quarantine, like seeing so many ads for Quibi and thinking, I'm not going to pay for this. I can just go on YouTube and watch like a 10-minute video if I really want to watch something. But I was like saying, like, Chrissy Teigen was on it, Judge Judy was on it, like all these big stars were on Quibi, but it kind of felt like a mixture between YouTube and Snapchat that just never took off.
Exactly. You know, there were a lot of A-listers that ended up being on there, and I was kind of shocked at that. I was like, wow, they must have had to really like buy them to come on. But for me personally, I wasn't really kind of drawn in by any of the shows like that they were pitching. You know, I think they had like a horror one, they had like a suspense thriller type of one. And I would see those and I was like, you know, sure, they're 10-minute clips, but I'm also kind of, you know, shame on me because I didn't try it. But I don't know. I don't understand how they could tell such a story that impactful in that amount of time. But, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think that a lot of the reason why they're saying that they essentially like were not able to continue their app and did not gain the success that they had previously thought that they would be is because of the pandemic and because no one was really like on the go
Commuting.
for the past like however many months. So I feel like I can see their point on that, but it's just an interesting case study because they had all the opportunity to succeed. Like everything seemed perfect in their model. And luckily it seems like a lot of the shareholders will be getting their money back, but it's just one of those things that, again, the pandemic has changed so much about viewer habits.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I am really excited to introduce this one. Tesla has finally released the full self-driving beta for select Tesla owners. Me personally, I'm a huge Tesla fan. I love them. They're awesome. I really think it's the next like car it's the next step in transportation for sure. So basically, just a little context, the full self-driving beta means instead of just driving on the highway with basically lane assist and switching lanes and merging all that, it can now drive on city roads, residential roads, through stoplights, read the stoplights, and do stop signs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I would trust.
Do you trust that?
A system?
I don't know if I do
but
either.
Like my brother has a Tesla and like he's driven me in it before and used autopilot and it works and it's kind of like scary and like
Wow.
it can go like really fast, but like I just like imagine like some like little hacker going in there and being like, everyone turn left now, and I would just be like, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's the future, but like at the same time, like I'm scared that a car would just like drive me. I'm also a terrible driver, so that actually be a good thing.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if I trust like the technology versus like myself. Like maybe I should trust the technology at this point, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if other like cars are able to kind of like follow in Tesla's footsteps, or if it's just going to be Tesla like dominating the market. I think that that's a big consideration right now.
Yeah.
Because other car companies right now are much further behind.
Exactly.
So in order to make it mainstream, Tesla will either have to do what Ford did way back in the day and bring cars to the masses by lowering their prices, or they're just going to have to keep being such a niche market right now.
Right. Yeah. Because, you know, the whole auto driving thing, like I got to test drive a Model X like a little while back, like in Indy. And, you know, like you said, Asher, the self-driving alone and like lane assist and stuff, it was just incredible. But it's really cool how you can see on the computer, it shows people walking on the street, walking around, and it's like, it just shows you that in real time. So it's definitely, I agree. I think it's going to be the next step. So
That's awesome. Asher, what do you have for us?
So on Friday, Ariana Grande released her new album, Positions. This marks her sixth studio album and is R&B inspired. The track list includes A-list collaborations with Doja Cat and The Weeknd. So it's actually like quite exciting. I'm a big Ariana fan. I've never heard her go the R&B routes, and I love Doja Cat. I love The Weeknd. So I think it'll be a big hit. I loved her last album. I'm excited for the new one. And her visuals, she's working with a ton of new artists to actually create this almost like visual album like Beyonce did before. So we'll see where it goes.
I'm excited. I feel like we needed new music, and I think that, I mean, I love Ariana, so anything she comes out with, I feel like is usually a big hit. I feel like she's kind of a fan favorite at this point.
Yeah.
I've always liked Ariana Grande. She was, for me personally, a little bit of a childhood crush, you know.
Oh,
She kind of
wow.
overshare a little bit.
Wow.
But, you know, so it's good to see that she's still being successful and still out there, and that, you know, she's putting out some great music.
Awesome. Well, those are all of our unnecessary updates for today. Let's see what the Bloomington community thinks with Asher Asks.
Hey Hoosiers, TBBC correspondent Asher Michelson here, back with another episode of Asher Asks. Today we have some really interesting topics to talk about, and we're right in front of the beautiful streets of Kirkwood. Let's see what some people think. Recently, Ariana Grande just released her new song, Positions. Are you an Ariana fan? Have you had a chance to listen to the song? Any thoughts?
Saw some of it on Twitter. That's the only thing I know of. That's her on presidential stuff.
I have not heard the single, but I've been to many Ariana Grande shows, so I will go listen to it now.
I'm actually a really big Ariana Grande fan.
Oh my gosh, what do you like about the new song?
I really like the vibe. It's super chill, something I listen to on my walk actually, so I really like it. But I don't know too much about the song other than the lyrics themselves.
Are you an Ariana fan?
Definitely not, no.
Yeah, I'm not a big Ariana fan, but I'm sure it's great.
Also, pinballs are now being made with touchless features, so you can use your feet to play pinball. Does this make you excited to play more pinball during COVID?
Haven't played pinball, so.
My father collects pinball machines, so we have our own at home, so I'll probably play those. I'm not very good at pinball, though.
Also, AMC theaters are now letting you rent out an entire theater for $99. If you rented out a theater for you and your friends, what movie would you want to watch?
Oh, God, you gotta give me a genre.
Whatever your favorite movie would be.
Okay, favorite movie, especially since it's Halloween right now, I'd probably do a Harry Potter movie.
Episode Goblet of Fire, I'm gonna guess.
Oh, Goblet of Fire, 100%.
I would probably choose My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I can watch that movie all the time, so.
Probably Shutter Island.
I heard a lot of good things about Tenet, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'd probably do that one.
Tesla just debuted its self-driving beta. Would you let a car drive you?
Yes.
And you feel like 100% trustworthy in the car?
Yeah.
I agree, I'm a terrible driver.
I think so. I think it'd be better than me. I get distracted. Not like I'm a bad driver, but I get distracted.
I trust Tesla, I just don't want a self-driving car.
And finally, in devastating media news, really not, the app Quibi, which was a short video media platform, just shut down. Does this make you feel sad? Did you ever watch anything on Quibi? Do you care at all about this?
I don't know what Quibi is, but I did hear that it shut down. Unfortunately, I don't really have an opinion because I never used it.
Yeah, because no one did.
I do not, but they put so much money into it that makes no sense.
I didn't know it was a thing, so.
I didn't know what that was.
So Hoosiers, Ariana Grande has some new music, and pinball machines are now touchless for COVID. You can rent out a theater for $99, and people have some cool movie options for that. Tesla has a self-driving beta that some people trust and some people don't. And Quibi shut down, which no one really cares about. I don't. In all unnecessary update news, this has been another segment of Asher Asks. Throwing it back to you guys.
Joining me here at the red chairs is Nicholas Stevens, one of the founders of Designed at 5 a.m. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So tell me about how the clothing brand Designed at 5 a.m. got started.
So it originally started in high school with Drew Thompson actually started this as his own kind of idea because he wanted to make clothing like kind of hypebeast clothing like Supreme, but not pay those high prices. So he kind of started doing it with iron-on shirts and transfer sheets. And Drew, Floyd, and I all went to the same high school. And so from there, we were all able to kind of, do it a little bit senior year, and then it kind of died off until we all came to IU and all roomed together. And then it started to kind of pick up again in January of 2019. So that's really where it kind of really took off, whereas it was kind of a thing in high school. But now we came to college and, January 2019, it just took off and it's been going ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I love that story of just making something that's all your own. And streetwear is, such a huge trend right now. But I want to know, how did you develop a new clothing brand on campus?
So we basically were able to develop a new clothing brand on campus through both our IU contacts because, we're all from Columbus and a lot of Columbus people come to IU. And so they knew us coming in. So we were able to reach out to them and say, hey, you want to partake in this clothing brand? Or they would buy our stuff. And then as well as our fraternity, we were all able to, the guys in the house were really supportive. And they helped out a lot in buying things and, promoting for us and kind of spreading the word. So that was really cool how it kind of just it started and just kind of slowly spreading.
So going through this whole process, what do you think one of the biggest keys to entrepreneurship or starting your own clothing brand really is?
Well, entrepreneurship definitely is hard, and it's something that you have to stick with because it's not just going to happen easily overnight. It's all about being persistent and believing in your product, in your idea, in your dream. And with all of us, you know, we kind of found that motivation where we all really enjoy when we just see like people walking on the street, seeing our clothing, and we're like, oh, that's awesome. Or we see, you know, sales through all different states and different countries, or just people on Instagram tagging us. And it's like, we don't know these people, but they kind of know us in a way. And so that's one of the rewards of being an entrepreneur. You just have to stick with it because your hard work will eventually pay off in the end if you just keep putting in that dedication and passion.
That is awesome, and I am so excited to see some of the designs that you guys brought into the studio today. So now we are going to send it over to Michael to take a look at some of the 5 a.m. clothing designs.
Thanks, Jules. I am here with fellow co-founders Floyd Athide and Drew Thompson. Thank you guys for coming to the studio today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so first off, tell me a little bit about some of the designs that you brought with you.
Sure. So our style is usually more like streetwear and like modern sort of clothes. So these are a couple of hoodies. This one's from our nature themed collection, so more of like natural, like earth, like happy vibes sort of designs. And then this one is from our latest collection. It's called Kids at Heart. It's in our like fundraiser for IUDM, so we wanted to do a bunch of like kid themed and like fun designs.
Yeah, those are great, really cool looking, yeah.
This one actually, so like Drew mentioned, it's from our nature collection, which is also paired with our spring, so larger spring collection. And this one was actually one of our best sellers just because we kind of dropped it during the time when we had just gone home for the pandemic and you know, people were online shopping more. And so I think this design especially like shows that, you know, like we're all in this together, kind of the world's, you know, suffering, but we're all in this together. So that this kind of embodied that, I think, a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a great message there. Cool, cool, cool. What else you got?
Let's see. This is some of our more original stuff. So just working with like our basic logo here. And this is actually scheduled to come out in the winter, which is so we're coming up on this one.
Yeah, fitting.
So
yeah.
These ones are originals. We go for the original embroidered look right on the left chest area, and then we go for another design, and this is called the 5 a.m. script, and it's kind of just, you know, clean look, basic, and it's kind of all year round on our website. We never take this kind of stuff down. Whereas when we drop collections, we'll just leave it up for a month or two, and then we'll take those off the site.
Right. Well, these are all great looking clothes. Where do you guys kind of find like the inspiration to come up with all these different designs?
So usually we like to create our collections around like what's sort of like going on at the time or like seasonal. Mm-hmm. So we've done a lot of like spring collection, summer collection, fall collection previously. And then when we have like an inspiration of something like going on, so let's say like our most recent collection with IUDM, it's Kids at Heart. So we wanted to sort of pair the IUDM message of FTK for the kids and then pair that with our collection, make a kids theme collection.
Right, that's great. So where do people go to find you guys? Say they're interested in the clothing, where would they go?
Yeah, so anyone can find us on our website at www.designed5am.com. And then as well as if you want to see kind of some of our clothing modeled, you can go to our Instagram page, which is just Designed at 5 a.m., as well as our Twitter, TikTok, and then we have also a YouTube channel that we promote some of our more promotional videos on. And so that's kind of where they can find us. And if they want to reach out to us, they can also email us, which is also listed on the website.
Gotcha. Well, guys, great having you on the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Now let's toss it over to the latest B-Town Yum segment with Caroline.
Hey guys, welcome back to B-Town Yums with Caroline. Today we are going to be visiting a couple taco trucks, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm here at Pila's Party Taco. Could you just tell us a little bit about the place?
Yeah, my name is Maria de Pilar Gonzalez. The place is about truck and tacos and Mexican food, and also we have the store is like Mexican produce or Latin produce because sometimes we have something different about Mexico. The tacos, we have 11 types of meat. This is the more popular.
That's amazing. I love that. So 3 years here on the streets of Bloomington in this amazing taco truck. We're so happy to hear that. What's been your favorite part about having the truck here in Bloomington?
It's about relationship, customers, and us.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today and sharing a little bit about the truck. Thank you guys so much. Next up on today's taco journey is La Poblana Taco Truck. Stay tuned to listen to a little interview and learn more about the place. Hey guys, I'm here with Angel, the owner of La Poblana Taco Truck. Thank you so much for having us. Could you just tell us a little bit about the place?
First of all, we just try to offer authentic Mexican food, especially the tacos and burritos. That's kind of the same style what you're going to find in Mexico.
Is there anything you love specifically about having the truck here in Bloomington? It's such a good location.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great place that you guys can see it now after we come up with the truck. There's another taco truck coming up. You know, I'm sure that's thought to become a little bit more popular.
Well, guys, right next to TIS Bookstore, come check it out. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this week's episode of B-Town Yums with Caroline. Stay tuned to see what we try next week.
Now it's time for the B-Town Buzz, where we highlight a few safe and fun events going on in Bloomington this week. First up on Friday night, Feeling Batty, a bat watching event, will take place at Lower Cascades Park. Learn all about Indiana's 17 different bat species from bat experts.
Also on Friday night, Hard Truth Hills Distillery will be hosting the Haunted Hike and Holler. Visitors will take a guided hike through Hard Truth Hills' spookiest trails.
Another haunted trail will be hosted by the Monroe County Humane Association on Saturday night. Candy, costumes, and a spooky walking trail can be found at the Halloween Haunted Trail to raise donations for the Humane Association.
Also on Saturday night, the Bluebird will be hosting the Hair Bangers Ball. The ball will feature live music from the band Hank Ruff.
That's all the B-Town Buzz we have for you this week, Hoosiers. We hope you have a fun and safe Halloween.
And thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Bloomington Breakfast Club.
Be sure to follow us on all social media at B-Town BFast Club. And if you are interested in joining our TBBC team, please contact Amy at amygala@iu.edu.
This has been Juliana Mary and Michael Skiles for IUS TV. See you next week, Hoosiers.